Hi, I'm Jackie, owner of Infinity Massage. I'm making a quick video to explain the emotion code. A lot of people are asking about it and it is life-changing. So basically, the emotion code is a system created by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He's a chiropractor. And we use muscle testing to release trapped emotions. Basically, I always start with a prayer and cleansing the space. I open myself up as a vessel for God to work through me to help you heal. And I want to start off by saying it's very important for you to know that I don't do this for you. We work together. So it's not just like, okay, I fixed it, you're all done. You need to be an active participant in your own healing. So it's really important to breathe through the emotions while I release them, and to accept them and to feel them. So that's key. I want to start off by saying that because there's really no shortcut through it. If you want to let it go, you gotta kind of feel it one last time as it leaves. So basically, with the muscle testing, I found it works best if I use my muscles in place of you, just because I open myself up so much, and I get a lot of precision by doing it with my hands. So I use my fingers. If it hooks, it's a yes. If it slides off, it's a no. There's a chart of emotions, and we narrow down by columns and rows with yes or no muscle testing. And it brings us to the certain emotions that are ready to be released today. So for an example, I'll say, okay, is the emotion in column A or column B? Okay, column B, row 1, row 2, row 3, okay. And then in that column, you'll see a list of emotions there. And okay, is it failure? Is it helplessness? Is it panic? Okay, so we narrow it down to panic, and then we can release it. So you bring up these feelings of panic. I use my hand or a magnet, and I go down your governing meridian, which goes down your spine, and it helps to dispel and deactivate the emotion. It helps to dislodge it and to have it move through you to be released. Sometimes we need to know more about the specific emotion. Usually anywhere between normally 4 and 7 emotions come up at once. But it all depends on the person and what they could handle. But sometimes we need to know more about the emotions. So panic will come up, and we'll say, okay, we can't release this yet. We need to know more about this panic. And we need to know the age. So, okay, yes, we need to know the age. Is it 0 to 5? Is it 5 to 10? Is it 10 to 15? Okay, it's 10 to 15. Is it 10, 11, 12? Okay, so it's age 12. So you experience panic at age 12. And you have to see, okay, you could either release it then if you know what it was about, or you might have to see more. It all really depends on the individual session. But you could say, okay, did this come from an event? No. Did it come from a certain person or a group of people? Yes. And you could even find out, was it from one person? No. Was it from 1, 2, 3? 3 certain people made you feel this way. So the reason that we need to kind of narrow it down sometimes is just so you could really remember what it was from, because we can't release these emotions if they're just deep inside of you and you stuff them away and you don't even know what I'm talking about. So sometimes it comes up that we need to know more details about this, and it's bizarrely accurate. It's so cool. So we bring ourselves back to that place in time. Okay, 12 years old, feelings of panic coming from 3 other people, and you begin to remember what it was about, and you feel it again. When you feel it is when we could release it. So that's the point of narrowing this down. So once it's felt, you actively breathe into where you feel it, and I'll do the releasing with the magnet in my hands. I usually say, okay, we're bringing up panic from age 12. Something happened with 3 other people that made you feel this way. I don't need to get too specific because you'll know what it is. So there's some privacy in it too, but there's also some vulnerability in it. And as I'm bringing up and releasing it, and you're breathing and also releasing it, I usually say, okay, we're replacing these feelings of panic with ease and calmness. And that way, like the hole where the panic was is filled with a better emotion. And that way, once it's released and you're aware of it, the key is to be conscious and aware of it. So next time you feel like you're triggered over a certain issue and you start to panic again, you say, wait a second, like this panic is stemming from this. I felt this way because of that. Right now, in this point in time, I don't need to feel like that right now. I don't need to bring this panic back into my life and don't welcome it in anymore. And, you know, and keep it away. Have a barrier against it. Sometimes there's inherited emotions, which are really cool, because they weren't even our emotions, and we're carrying them around for our ancestors, and we don't even know where they came from. And we could pin it down to the ancestor. So, you know, it could have been your dad, even if you didn't know him. Could have been your mom's dad's mom, you know, feelings of worthlessness. And then, you know, you go home and you ask your mom about her, and, you know, you find out like, oh yeah, you know, they had a lot of trouble. And it's very interesting, like how we carry our ancestors' emotions too, because they didn't deal with them, so they get passed along. So we're doing this for our ancestors, for ourselves, and for our children. It's amazing healing. I really recommend it. And plus, we could also narrow down to body parts. Like if you're having constant knee issues and you've done physical therapy and you've gotten massages for it and you stretch and you're doing everything, we could even narrow it down to an issue in your knee. Like, oh, there's trapped emotion in there. And then, you know, can narrow it down. Okay, something happened when you were 18 years old and you have the feeling of disgust in your knee. And, you know, you'll think back to that time, be like, oh my God, like, you know, anything. Like, oh, I tripped over this plate, and, you know, I hated that kind of food, and I twisted my knee up, like something like ridiculous. But it sticks with us. It stays inside of us, and we need to get it out. So yeah, there's a lot to this. It's really life-changing. I definitely recommend giving it a try. I'm going to put all my information below, so you could contact me and set up a session. And the cool thing is, you don't even need to come in person for a session. We could do it via Skype, or if you don't have Skype or any video chatting, we could do it through email. Just send me a picture of yourself and your name and your location, so I know that I'm connecting with the right person. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Check out my website, www.infinitymassagehealing.com. I am so excited to help you. Once again, this is life-changing and so necessary because it's blocking the blessings, and we don't want that. So yeah, all right, take care.